Look at the teeth on that thing, bro. What critter is that? Oh, it's horrifying. Over here, you've got a little skunk.
All right, what's up guys? Here we have a major project coming up, so I'm gonna go ahead and get suited up first to protect ourselves. This is critical because we're gonna come across some pretty nasty things today.
All right, let's get it. Come on. I feel like a freaking astronaut in this thing.
All right, now that I got that stupid thing on my body, let's go ahead and take a look on the inside and see what we're dealing with today. As you can see, there's a good amount of rat contamination all over this place. Seems like the rats got in and they just found their way to bury into everything in this property. This was the bed that he was sleeping in. This is the master bedroom you're looking at now. That was pretty fully crowded up. This was the office room that you're looking at now with the little mattress on top. That one got pretty packed in, but once the crew and I finally arrived, we got started working here in the dining area first. And that was all fun and games until we started seeing the rats come out of literally every nook and cranny of this house.
There it is. Oh my god.
All right, so now it is time to go and get started on this project. We've already been working a little bit here already. As you can see, we got a lot of that already taken down. It was really getting packed up towards the middle of this house with all these clothes and boxes stacking up on top of each other. Upon first glance of this property, it's a bit overwhelming. I mean, there is just so much unknowns with the whole thing, but I'm pretty excited for it.
Got that done. Now we got this big old piece of metal for our metal dude. Huzzah. Oh god, we'll keep this out here for our metal dude.
Having a metal scrapper on job sites like this is just so freaking clutch because we come across a good amount of metal on these projects, and especially when we got to get rid of pretty much literally everything. That's just like an extra 2 to 3 dump loads just in metal that we don't really want to spend the time doing. And so if we can get a metal scrapper on here, he makes a little bit of profit, you know, on recycling the metal. So it's a really good win-win situation for everybody. But as you can see, we are finally getting into the deep corner of this living room. You saw what it looked like before. This thing was just packed in super tight, and the corner here was just literally boxes on top of boxes that were really neatly stacked. So it was kind of like doing a little Jenga game as we're getting all that stuff out of there. Now that we got that stuff into the dump, I'm going to go and get a move on with the first bedroom here. Again, we got a little bit of metal here, so we're going to go put that aside. And then now I'm just going to go piece by piece here and look for any valuables that might come across. I found a lot of retro vintage type of stuff while I was like doing this project. So I'll show you a couple of those things here soon. But before we get into that, I had to go and get on to the rest of this freaking bedroom. So here we got that first retro piece. It's the personal color computer with arcade game excitement. Freaking dope, dude. I love stuff like this. I remember finding a tremendous amount of floppy disks throughout this project, and that's actually a common find I do in a lot of really old, deeply held hoarder homes like this. I remember one of my favorite retro pieces I found back in the day was an old NES from like 1983, I think, still in its like original packaging and everything. It was just sitting there on a shelf just in the middle of the room. It was so dope. Now, in case you're wondering what I'm wearing on my head right now, this is the Microclimate Air 3. It's a brand new respirator that just came out on the market, and what's special about it is that it sucks in with a fan system like fresh air from the outside, and it filters it through these NIOSH approved filters so that you're actually getting like fresh air in your mask. Typically with a normal respirator, like you've got to basically use your lungs to suck air in through the respirator, so it just takes a little bit more effort to breathe, and you get like 10% less oxygen that way. Not bad, but it's just when you're in a really hot, sweaty environment, they can get pretty annoying to deal with. The other way you can get fresh oxygen into your mask is by using a PAPR system, which costs like $3,000, and you have to wear this belt, the super heavy belt that just gets in the way, and it looks kind of cringy too. Not to say that this doesn't also look a little funky, but I find this one to have just a lot more range of motion, and it just sits right on top of your head too. So it's not too heavy, feels pretty comfortable, and honestly, I can't really smell any bad odors when I'm wearing it, and I'm not sweating as much. And sweat control is like the name of the game when you're doing this type of work. I can also wear headphones when I'm wearing this thing, and I can put my mic inside the mask as well. So I'll be experimenting with that in future videos where I talk more while I'm actually doing the cleanup work. Talking while I'm working just isn't really something I feel like I could naturally do that well. That's why I always do like voiceovers and that sort of thing, but I'll try to add a little bit more personality while I'm working on these job sites. But now that this room is mostly cleared out, I have to go on and start cutting up some furniture so that it actually leaves the doorway. And now that that bedroom is done, I'm gonna go and move on to the master bedroom here. These big furniture pieces were pretty annoying to deal with, but we did use a couple of blue bags here to keep some of their valuable items so that we could cleanly separate those out. But once that master bedroom got cleared out, it was time to move on with the outdoor shed. And that was just kind of more of the same, just a lot of junk, a lot of hangers we had to go and take out. It was a little bit cramped in there, so I had to go and keep ducking down to actually get everything out. But as I was cleaning out the shed, it was just smelling really, really horrible. Like just stuff I don't usually smell on most of these projects. It was like this weird metallic sour smell that was just making the hairs on my neck just stand up. And that's when I stumbled across a couple of these guys.
Teeth on that thing, bro. What critter is that? Oh, that's horrifying. This needs to get set aside for our e-waste and metal guys. Probably put that over there. That's metal, metal, metal. Paper shredder, I think, could be some pretty good sized metal, but there's no paper shredder in there, so we'll throw that in the trash. All right, one of these boxes, this paper mache stuff, another box, and then here we have, what's going on? Little book things. This is a full load. Let's take it out. All right, let's see if this will actually stay on the wheelbarrow. Ooh. Ooh.
Now here at this point, we are ripping up carpet. This is my arch nemesis. If you guys have been watching this channel for long enough, y'all know that carpet and I are not friends. We're not on good terms, the carpet and I. We had some beef back in the day, and I guess I just don't do it right or something like that. Just don't ask any of my coworkers on how they think I deal with carpet, because I don't need that heat right now. But now for the moment y'all have all been waiting for. Here are the before and afters of the project here. Here's the living room, well bam. And this is one of the bedrooms that we were working on. This was the before and this is the after, all cleared out, nice and clean. This was another bedroom we had worked on that Michael completely ripped up all by himself. Good job, Michael. And this was the master bedroom we worked on earlier, and here are the final results of this room here. Oh, and last but not least, we have the shed here. Cannot forget this beautiful shed that had all those stinky freaking animals rotting in there. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more videos in the future.